Hello everyone. Today this video has been inspired by Moon Moth Goddess. She does pretty accurate videos. I enjoy watching her, and so she did a video on what is your higher self. Think of this connection, and I really like that idea. It was very comforting for me today because that's something that I personally needed to watch. And I felt like, yeah, I'm just in a place where I'm like, I just needed that. I couldn't even sleep last night because I had so much on my mind about my personal connection. So I figured I'd go ahead and make a video for you guys similar. Check out her video. And if you want to compare, we have this video. So it's sometimes good to cross-check sometimes just to get see what different messages come through that fit and resonate the most with you. So today we have our 3 piles. Okay, we're just using pictures for this one because ironically she did the same thing, but hers is with I think it was like a butterfly flower deck. We're sticking with this heart oracle. Let me see what it's called. A love oracle deck, but I love the artwork on this as well. And so yeah, just kind of go for whichever pile you are the most drawn to. Alright, now that you picked your pile, you can go ahead and click it in the timestamps below. See at your reading. Alright, pile 1, we're going to go ahead and take a look at your card and see what it says for you. So it says, sexual union, honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. So I guess if you guys unite and basically come together as one soul, then you'll find true bliss. I think it's encouraging, the physical connection is very important. It will allow you to truly feel connected to them. And I think that it could be something that is important to the both of you. So I'm going to take a look at what does our higher selves think of this connection. Okay. I guess I'll take it. I don't know if that's more of a faulty of my... I feel like it's more of a faulty of my... You know what? My intuition is saying that I'm not supposed to take that. So I'm going to follow my intuition here. So I do believe that your higher self enjoys the connection in terms of being able to connect with your childhood self, who you were when you were younger, what brought you happiness and peace and joy. I think, your connection kind of reminds you of a childhood friend that you would have. I feel like it just brings out your playful side, and so it feels as if your higher self recognizes that. And a lot of this world, a lot of people are really focused on trying to become the strongest person they can in terms of emotional health and wealth, being a boss. And it feels like this person allows you to kind of let that guard down a little bit and to have fun. I do feel a lot of fear around this connection of being unsure of it feels like a newer connection. First of all, this feels very fresh, and it feels like there's a fear here of it being misguided and misdirected. It almost seems like a path that you're like deciding like whether to start on or not. It does feel like maybe it could be to become more serious, or like it could be a thing where possibly this person is not allowing it to become more serious. Like, you enjoy who you get to be around them, bringing out this nice, playful, younger side. But when it comes to like a commitment, something feels a little lost here. So it could be a situation where you're just thinking of whether or not to cut them off. And right now, at least from what I'm seeing, is that a cycle is being asked to be complete here. So some type of change needs to happen, whether it's cutting them off or whether it's having a conversation of where is this going kind of thing, instead of just continuing on in this limbo state, because that's going to suck the happiness out of you and it's going to bring you a little bit further away from spirituality than you would like, because we're here to connect with spirit, we're here to grow, and I think a part of this connection could be sucking your soul a little bit from that. We have distracted, sidetrack, change, delays. Pride, arrogance, ego, stubborn. Time, waiting, cycles, moment. Distance, separation, space, blockage. So I feel like your higher self is kind of asking you to take time away and distance yourself from them. It could be almost like it might be calling you out as being stubborn and arrogant as you try to keep yourself engaged in this connection when it is sucking the soul out of you. And it's distracting you from being able to focus on your spiritual growth. This could be more, again, of a like physical type relationship than it is as a connection per se. But you guys, I'm not saying you don't have fun together. You definitely have fun together. But when it comes to like emotional connection, it seems harder to get like really deep, really serious. And so I think you're being asked, because you're going in cycles, I think you're being asked to just distance yourself for a little while, to take time and really just focus on yourself and focus on what you need to do spiritually that's going to best benefit your soul and your inner happiness, and whether this is like a connection that you want to continue to sought after or not. Coffin, we have endings, bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. Stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. So I don't know if this person did something that you didn't sit right well with you. A lot of this deception, I feel like it's just like they're just stalling, like, oh, I don't want to be in anything serious right now or something. Like, it just seems like a lack of commitment to me. Girl talk, time with friends, moving on, happy, single, living in the moment, having fun. So yeah, I think if you do kind of space yourself, you'll, like allow yourself to have some fun too. It doesn't have to just be like, I'm contemplating, like, have a mix of that, but also have some release, enjoy parts of your life that you've already had before them. And I think it will kind of help center you in making a better, like, well-rounded decision whether or not you want to keep this connection in your life or not. But at least so far, it seems like your higher self is not a fan of this connection. I'm going to do another oracle. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So you do have real feelings for this person. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So I think that goes back to like having that distance and time away from this person to kind of like not be distracted anymore and like what your path is, what your self-growth is, what your self-love is. Codependency addictions are affecting your romantic life. So maybe this is something that you were really, really hoping would turn into something more, but it just doesn't seem like the other person is going for that. And at the end of the day, we should not ever force. Okay, and we're going to get some clarification of the Fool in reverse. We should also get clarification for the World. We're going to get both. So yeah, I feel like you're just like a little bit undecided whether or not you feel like this connection is going to bring you what you want. Ultimately, like that commitment, it's unclear to you, and so that's what's causing you to kind of like feel a little stumped whether to stay or leave, because you're like, you can see the possibility, but it doesn't seem exactly like fully if they're going to take it or not, like if it's actually going to manifest. It's a little bit blurry right now. Let's see what the World, clarification for the World. I too believe this was bad shuffling. Sorry, I'm just like following my intuition. I was like, that didn't feel like it came out on its own, to be honest. I felt like I dropped that one. Clarification on the World. Okay. Yeah, I really think that your higher self is urging you. This is a general reading, so I don't want to say this for everyone, but for the most people who pick this, I feel like your higher self is urging you to end this cycle because there's more for you out there. There's so much love that you can receive, and if this person can appreciate you and give you that, then you can find it within the world and elsewhere outside of them. But I feel like you are kind of being asked to at least take a break, if not ending it, just take a break. All right, so go ahead and think of a yes or no question, and we're going to go ahead and pull a card for you. Okay, so we have you're ready and helpful people. So maybe kind of getting some extra confirmation from people that you know around you who knows the situation that you're asking about might be helpful. All right, Pile 1, these are all the messages that I have for you. I hope you find the peace, love, and happiness that you are so well deserving of, and I hope that you're able to find a connection where you truly do feel loved and heard and seen, and not feel like you have to fight for it. I hope that you find a place where you are loved and appreciated for the beautiful person that you are. All right. Stay sentient. Stay kind, guys. Bye. Hello. So if you guys chose pile 2, then this is going to be your reading. We're going to go ahead and take a look at what your card says. It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. So really embracing that self-love, really embracing who you are as a person and appreciating that with unconditionally. Always have discernment to grow, but no room for judging and being less than because of any mistakes. So we're just here to truly have that little bubble around us, our protection bubble, that nobody can come and slice, keeping that bubble strong and knowing our worth and what we deserve. All right, so we're going to take a look at what your higher self thinks of this connection. You guys got their hermit after it says take a step back and spend time alone. Okay. So honestly, it looks like I don't see any bad signs of the connection itself, but I do see that there could be a lot of emotional healing that you have, a lot of past wounds from past relationships or love situations that you've been in. And so I think that's why you're being asked to kind of step away. It seems like you're very hesitant, like that's not something you want to do. You want to continue forward, you want to race forward, and you are being asked to explore the connection and see what happens, because it does seem like it could be a very passionate one. You feel like you're really drawn to this person. But before doing so, you are asked to kind of spend that time alone to work on that healing and think about what is it that you truly want in a connection, and kind of think more about you. Don't go in trying to impress the other person or serve the other person, or does the person like me, blah blah. Kind of release all of that overthinking and all those doubts, and because I feel like a lot of that pain could be from rejection, or it could have been from someone who stabbed you in the back, almost really just hurt you as badly as they could. And you seem like a very loving and giving and caring person, and so it's hard to go through those things when you're such a good person that someone's going to come and do an abuse and use that. But I mean, you already have doubts that this connection could be long term, or this person's actually going to take it seriously. You have a lot of doubts around that. And so when you do spend that time alone and kind of focus on what you bring to the table and what you want out of a relationship and how you can show up, then I think you're going to be able to kind of release those fears as much, because you won't be you won't have so much attachment of oh, this connection better work out. If it doesn't, it's going to reconfirm everything I already thought. And so kind of it's about releasing that attachment and kind of just going in with strive for something. Like, I'm striving in hopes that this relationship works, but if it doesn't, I'm okay with that because I already love myself. I already have that strong foundation. So you're being asked to take that time alone, to step aside, to create that strong foundation, so that when you do enter these connections, then you can show up 100%. You can show up yourself. You can show up untouchable. It doesn't matter what the other people think or if they want to be with you or not. You already have so much love for yourself and so much love surrounding you, with friends and family and like nature and pets and like everything, and the joy, the love that you have for life, the enjoyment that you do in your hobbies, the enjoyment that you have, taking care of yourself, your health, everything. Like, if you have that well in check and knowing what you want for yourself, give yourself what you deserve, and then you can strive to allow to share that with someone. But I think that is out of balance right now. It is. And so that's going to cause you to go into this connection with so much fears and so much like, it's kind of like a thought pattern of like, oh, this has to work out. It's going to break me again. Like, you can't let it and allow it to control you so much. Like, don't. And I think that's what's going to help again, is that time for yourself, for that healing, and to really focus on what it is, your own love for life is what you need to focus on, is your own love for life. And that includes you. So then when you do come within this connections full of fire and passion, because we have the Ace of Wands here, that is all about fire and passion and sexual desire. And I think if we come in with that, then, we'll be able to handle it a little bit better. We're not desperate about it. It's more of just, we'll enjoy it if it's meant for us, and as long as it's around, and if it's not, then it's not, and we'll move on and we'll find something else that is. So it takes off a lot of pressure from that. So we have bitterness, resentment, anger, hurtful words. So I think that could be from the past relationships where we felt like we weren't treated correctly, right? Misguided and mistreated, and we're holding on to that, and that's going to be carrying on. That energy will be carrying on with us with new people, and they're going to feel that. And that, if anything, that's going to push them away. So we want to come at them exuding, is that the right word? I don't know, exuberating? Something like that. Love instead of emanating love instead of bitterness. Oh man, I make klutz today. You guys, I'm having one of those days where I got stung by a bee. I was running and got runner's knee. Like, I've never had runner's knee before. Like, where I run and then like it hurts so bad that I can barely bend it. So apparently, like, it's been a while since I ran, and then I lost a bunch of sleep contemplating my life. So I'm having one of those days, but I'm very at peace with life, and it's a good day because I have Kitten on my bed with me, and yeah, I'm happy. Look, it's Kitten. There's the baby. Basically, I'm saying sorry for being a mess and dropping cards constantly. I don't have it together today. So we have broken, shattered, heartbroken, destroyed. Again, I feel like this is all going back to these past hurts that you've been dealing with, and it's kind of blocking you from your new connections that are arising. There's a tarot card in there. That was from the last reading. Okay. Okay. We got 2 more cards. So we do have rejection, abandoned, dismissed, irrational fear. So maybe in a past relationship, either you were abandoned or you were constantly dismissed for what you thought or how you felt. It could have been gaslit. We have obsession, infatuation, adoration, addiction. So I do feel like this is, again, someone that you really like. But for this connection to truly be successful, you need to be coming from a very grounded and strong place. And so that's why you're being asked to take time for yourself first. But again, you do have the Chariot, so I do believe that you are eventually being encouraged to move forward once you feel you feel ready, like you feel more grounded. We have obsession and addiction. Codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block or restraint. So yeah, I think that's part of just wanting it to turn out a certain way and putting a lot of pressure on that, and that could be pushing the other person away. And if you are together, like already dating, I feel like that, like past relationship trauma is being carried into this one and pushing them away as you're being like obsessed, worried about them not actually being here for you for the long-term commitment. And it's affecting it. So that's why, again, you're being asked for that time alone to heal before you can move forward. We do have soulmate, soul connection, partnership, agreement, and soul contract. So you guys could possibly be soulmates. But again, soulmates only work if both parties are ready to receive that energy. Playfulness. So to recapture romance, allow your inner youth spirit or fun to shine. So you're being asked to take away that heavy energy of that doubt, that obsession of wanting it to work out, just kind of allow yourself to be friends with them, enjoy spending time with them, and allow it to unfold naturally and build up naturally. Like the bond will naturally build when you're having fun with them and just enjoying their presence and who they are as a person. You truly are treasuring that present moment with them and taking away any other pressures. And I think that just makes it more genuine too, because it's just like, hey, I'm just here for you. I enjoy spending time with you, and we have fun together, and let's see where it goes from there. That's kind of the attitude that's needed. Pay attention to the red flags. These signs are cautioning you. It's like trusting your intuition. Don't go in like if they don't have a reason to be giving you paranoia that they're gonna hurt you, then kind of release that. I know that's coming from you. Kind of pay attention. Is this something that I'm actually witnessing and noticing, or is this something that I'm creating in my own head? From past traumas and fear. All right, let go of control issues. Goes back to kind of like letting it flow and having more playfulness. I think those kind of go together. Says allow the situation to unfold naturally. All right, so go ahead and think of a yes or no question, and we're going to go ahead and get an answer for you. Something flipped. Aha. Perfect timing. So I think this comes back to divine timing. Again, once you have that time to heal yourself, then you guys, your union will be natural, especially since we have the soulmates card. All right, and I got your second one. Where'd it go? Maybe not. No, I don't see anything. Sorry, I'm trying to go fast because I have, okay, battery's about to die. Alright, and abundance. Okay, so I think that goes back to like feeling the love around you, knowing that you've already have all that you need, and this is just another addition. This is not a need. All right, pile 2, this is very positive messages. Just again, continue to focus on yourself and your healing, and then your union will become natural as you enjoy spending time with them and just purely enjoying their presence. It will naturally unfold into a romance if it's meant to be. All right, stay sentient, stay kind, guys. Bye. All right, pile 3, if you chose this lovely card here, which looks kind of sweet, we're going to go ahead and see what your card has to say. Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. Alright, so I think that kind of goes to saying, like, not to have to make everything so overly romantic like the movies, and really just focus on your actual genuine connection with this person. Are you guys connecting? Are you having fun together? Are you exploring new things together? Are you growing together? And are you supporting each other? Are you listening to each other? So kind of like focusing on the fundamentals of what builds a very strong friendship and bond. And if you focus on that, then naturally the romance and the connection will become stronger from that. You'll become closer to them from that, instead of like playing roles like, okay, let's go on a dinner and movie date, and let's do all this like romantic dancing under the moonlight, which also has its own place, but that comes naturally later, after a strong friendship bond had been built. It doesn't go straight into that. Otherwise it kind of almost, I mean, maybe it can, it maybe depends on the relationship, but for this particular connection you're asking about, at least this is what it seems like your higher self is asking you of. But every connection is different. That is true. So, but yeah, for this particular one, it's saying that it's best not to jump into that when the person's not really feeling it. You might be with someone who kind of prefers to take things slower and before like actual feelings grow. And you know, there's different kind of people, and some people are like that. They just need more time to grow, and allowing your friendship and to focusing on that kind of bond will allow you guys to become closer, and it says it will improve your love life dramatically. So, all right, we're gonna go and take a look at what your higher self thinks. Yeah, I forgot what they call it. They call it like demisexual or whatever. I think that's what it's called when they're like, you have to know a personality before you can actually like become attracted to them. I know that's a thing. Wow. So I think that your higher self notices that the connection currently feels a little off balance. Like possibly you feel like you've been giving more than what has been reciprocated to you. But I do see a lot of hope from your higher self. Like your higher self, it seems like your higher self is supporting the connection. I think the person that you're dealing with has some kind of bond trauma from their childhood. Could be with a parent, most likely. So I do see like some kind of like emotional disconnect with this person that they've had from their childhood that they're carrying on. And so it's causing this off balance. But I think that really getting to know the person and kind of seeing a full picture of them and their experience and seeing like what their life is from the time they were born to where they are now, and having that kind of overview is going to shed a lot of light, and that's going to come with bonding with them as friends and getting to know them and where they're coming from, and it's going to cause a lot of understanding. I think that this person's emotions, like I think that your higher self can feel that they will start emerging a bit more. It feels like they're not like very beginning. Because we have the Knight of Cups instead of the Page of Cups, so it's like they've been a little bit developed, they're a little bit there, but it's still pretty early stages, and it feels like something they're still exploring. So when I think of Knight, I think of movement, exploration, and so I think they're still exploring their emotions and seeing and deciding whether or not they want to move forward. But we also have the Page of Wands, which is all about creation, and I feel like you guys will be creating a closer relationship, closer bond, if you do have that friendship foundation. I think that is what this person needs, because whatever trauma that they've had to deal with as a child and that they're carrying with them is really stumping them from just fully being able to like jump in a relationship, it seems like, or like jump in full on into like being romantic and, you know, all over you. It feels like they're like really probably overthinking everything, and they're trying to come at it from more of a logical standpoint instead of an emotional. Because of that trauma, they probably feel a little bit of a disconnect from that, and so it's hard for them to give and receive the same way that you're able to do. They just love a little bit differently because of their personality. And so that's why I think it's important, if you do become close friends with them, that you'll have a better understanding of who they are and how they function. And I think that will bring some peace and will bring you guys closer. I think that you can create a beautiful relationship together, but again, this person is definitely more of an exploration phase, and like they're not really, they don't seem to have been decided either way. They seem like they're on the fence, like they're in the middle. They can go either way right at this point. But they have to get to know you more, and I think that's going to help them feel more decided, especially if whatever they're... Okay, we're going to get some confirmation on the Six of Cups in reversed. Let's see if we can get a deeper look into what this trauma might be. So yeah, it's around being unheard, unseen, and like the things that they care about and they feel passionate about. It does seem like it would. Kitten is trying to smell the candle. Look at her. What are you doing, Bubba? What are you doing? Okay, she's making a face that she doesn't like it. So you guys, I'm going to keep it burning for the reading, but I'm going to move it. It's pretty hot. I'm gonna move it over here because I know cats are really sensitive to smells, and I don't wanna... This is probably like a fire hazard, but it's so hot. Gosh. Alright, I made it to the other side without catching on fire. There we go. I just don't wanna... I don't want to overpower her with those smells. Anyway, so like the things that they felt passionate about and that they were really into, and who they felt like is a strong, indicated that they feel connected to who they were. I feel like their parents might have been dismissive about it. Like, yeah, whatever, that's not that important. They weren't really, there for it. They were just kind of like, meh, whatever. So they that could be a thing, like maybe they feel unseen and heard, like no one can actually love them for, what they're interested in and who they are. It's more of like what they do for people. Maybe they feel like it's always about what they do and not actually who they are. And so they're not used to that kind of love. And for you to be able to provide that for them, you have to know who they are and get to know who they are. And that is through friendship. And I feel like that's going to create an unbreakable bond. I mean, your higher self gave you the 10 of Cups. I mean, that's wish fulfillment. That's like a wonderful union and happy family and having like your dreams come true kind of thing. And So I do think that your higher self is very supportive of this relationship, but this person, again, is on the fence because they don't understand what it's like to be loved in that way, and they don't understand how to love in that way. And so they're trying to analytically look at it, and they're loving the same way their parents did. They're trying to be like, ooh, what is this person doing? What are they providing? What are they like? They're looking at that and not the actual you of who you are. And so I think allowing yourself to get close to them in a way where they can actually see who you are as well. You can see who they are and understand where they're coming from, and they can see who you are and see where you're coming from. And if they are truly the one meant for you, they're going to appreciate the person that you are and who makes you up. And then I think that will win them over, honestly. Like, once they really get to know you, they're like, wow, you're an amazing person. Like, it's not about, you know, what you're doing for me. It's about who you are that I'm really falling for. And so I think that is going to be the foundation for you guys. Shallow, hollow, empty boredom. So yeah, possibly right now, you know, just a regular relationship, like without that friendship, without building that bond, probably does feel shallow. Like, it doesn't feel like it was naturally built upon. Like, you don't have any like history of helping each other out and being there for one another. And I feel like that's how your higher self is feeling about the connection right now, because it just doesn't feel like a strong friendship bond has yet been built. I think too much pressure rolling, like what a relationship's supposed to feel like and go, it's been overpowering you being able to actually just enjoy the friendship. And like anyone, all right, we got anyone can sit here and, you know, act as if they're in a relationship, pretend like, you know, go through the emotions of being in a relationship, but it isn't as meaningful as when you actually have that strong closeness with the person, that understanding with the person, and that the true trials that you've been through together, and knowing that you're there for each other, and like, then, you know, has more meaning to it. All right, so we have nourish, self-growth, self-focused, soul-finding. It's a lot. Nourish yourself, nourish this relationship. I think it's all about nourishing that friendship between you two. Perspective, better off, happiness, clear headspace. So possibly changing your perspective on like, oh, why is this person not, you know, seem like it's not as reciprocated, what's going on, and just kind of being more patient and really getting to know them and trying to understand where they're coming from. And healing, releasing, purifying, cleansing. So again, they have a lot of trauma that they're having to heal from. And if you truly care about this person and this connection and want to be in it, it's kind of like being patient and understanding with that. But also have your boundaries too. Like, you know, if it's too much, it's too much. And sometimes that's just how it is. You can find your 10 of cups somewhere else. There's not always, there's no one and done 10 of cups. You know, keep to your boundaries. Okay, we have palm tree, stability, security, performance, growth, endurance, flexibility. So yeah, I think there's a lot of flexibility that's needed, a lot of endurance, like just to keep getting to know them and keeping that stable and keep pushing forward with that while staying like understanding. And that's what the flexibility comes in, is the understanding of where they're coming from. Are we happy with one more card? There we go. So yeah, another healing heart. Healing from heartache, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. So yeah, really, I just think this person has a lot of trauma. A lot of childhood trauma here. It's like deeply interwoven, so could take a lot of convincing for this person's, like, how much, again, it's like more about how much you care for them and if you're willing to work through that with them or not. That's up to you. Okay. We do have free yourself, but it says it's time to take back control of your life. So always, you know, continue to put yourself first. We have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Again, they are on the fence right now. They don't seem to fully lean one way or the other. But again, it's a distraction from their childhood. Again, friendship may or may not change it. Honestly, if you feel like you're giving them that friendship and patience and they're still not coming around and still unrequited, that's when you know for sure to let go. But again, kind of use your own discernment within that. But they are currently on the fence still. So your higher self is aware of that. Past life relationship. You have known each other before, so this could be a past life relationship. Maybe you've known, and that you love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So yeah, also have boundaries within that friendship as well. If it's like, you're like, hey, you know, I require this relationship. I'm not feeling this. I'm not getting this. Either we're gonna continue or not. Like, I don't know, just have their boundaries well sought out. But at the same time, you know, see where they're coming from. Get to know them. Be patient. Get to know them. But also have your boundaries too. Like, it's not all about them either. It's both of you. All right, so go ahead and think of a yes or no question, and we're going to try and get that answer for you. So we have you're ready. Within the next few weeks. And the situation will improve, which is also what this says. If you focus on friendship, your love life will dramatically improve. All right, and again, these are answers from your higher self here. All right. All right, pile 3. Go look at the situation. Again, it's all about what you feel like is worth, like how much this person is worth to you, and how much you are willing to set aside your boundaries, or not set aside your boundaries, but set aside what you want currently and kind of be patient in learning where they're coming from and what they need, like learning their needs as well and being patient with that. But also keeping your boundaries there at the same time. It's kind of like balancing act of all of that. I think, are you guys with the 2? I feel like you are. The 2 of coins? No, that was another pile. Okay, sorry. I'm like, that was another pile. But I keep it like the 2 of coins. I think it's like the 2 of pentacles, right? It is a balancing act between all of those things together, of how much you're willing to sacrifice and give and be patient with. All right, pile 3, thank you so much for coming to your reading. Stay sentient, stay kind, and goodbye.